Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to uncork the story behind a bottle of white Hermitage that, well, it has a lot more to say than most. It's a wine that tells a story of a place, of people, and of a whole philosophy. So let's get into it. And you know what? This bottle, the Chante Alouette 2018 from M. Chapoutier, it's definitely one of them. It just has this quiet confidence about it, you know? It promises something pretty remarkable. So what actually happens when you finally pour a glass?
All right, so let's start where it matters most, right? The experience you have when it's actually in the glass. What is it about this wine that just grabs you from the very first sip?
Well, this is no simple white wine, that's for sure. We're talking about a wave of complexity here. First, you get this hit of ripe stone fruits, think apricot and melon. Then come these beautiful floral notes like orange blossom and honeysuckle, and even these little hints of tropical lychee and mango. But honestly, it's the texture that's the real showstopper. It's just so silky, almost buttery. It glides across your palate and leads to this incredibly long, self-assured finish. You know, a wine this good doesn't just happen by accident. It really makes you stop and ask, what's the story here? What kind of combination of people, place, and pure philosophy creates an experience like this? To figure that out, we've got to zoom out from the glass.
So to really get this wine, we have to understand where it comes from. We're heading to the Northern Rhône Valley to meet the legendary producer M. Chapoutier and to explore the iconic hill that this wine calls home.
So the Chapoutier family, they've been in this region for over 200 years. But the story we're interested in, the one that really defines the bottle we're talking about today, it all kicks off in 1990. That's when a young Michel Chapoutier took over and just completely revolutionized the family business, focusing on lower yields for way more flavor and an almost obsessive focus on picking the absolute best vineyard plots. And one of the biggest moves he made was switching to biodynamic farming, way before it was cool. See, long before it was trendy, Chapoutier believed that the only way to let a vineyard's unique character, its terroir, really speak was to work in harmony with nature and create incredibly healthy soils. And I mean, on the brutally steep, terraced slopes of Hermitage, that's not just a nice idea. It's a massive, backbreaking commitment. It just proves his absolute dedication to quality. And wow, what a terroir it is. This is the spiritual home of the wine, the incredible hill of Hermitage. Just picture it, these super steep, south-facing slopes just plunging right down towards the Rhône River, soaking up all that sun. The soil is mostly decomposed granite, which is amazing for drainage and gives the wines a personality you just can't find anywhere else. So, how does that dramatic hill actually get into the glass? How does it create all those complex flavors we were talking about? Well, it's not just one thing. It's all about a masterful blend. See, Chante Alouette isn't from just one single spot on the hill. It's a super smart blend from 3 distinct plots. From Le Mayol, you get richness and power. From Les Murettes, that's where that plush, full-body texture comes from. And then from the Chante Alouette parcel itself, which is higher up, you get this amazing freshness and energy. It's kind of like a symphony where every single instrument has a vital role to play. Now, let's talk about the year, 2018. It was a warm, generous, sunny vintage in the Northern Rhône. Now, for a grape like Marsanne, which is naturally pretty full-bodied, that could have been a recipe for a heavy, clumsy wine. But here's the magic, right? The genius of the winemaking here was capturing all that gorgeous ripeness while keeping it perfectly balanced and full of energy so it never, ever feels weighed down. So where does a wine like this even fit in the big picture? I mean, with this level of quality and texture, you can't help but put it up against the other titan of French white wine, Burgundy. But hold on, before we dive into that, let's talk price. Because at just under 60 euros, this thing is an incredible value. When you think about it, white Burgundies that even come close to this quality level can easily cost you double, triple, or hey, even 4 times that. You start to see why this bottle makes people rethink their habits. This isn't just an alternative, it's a huge opportunity. So, how do they actually stack up? Well, they're really different beasts. With your classic white Burgundy, made from Chardonnay, you're usually getting those crisp, citrusy, mineral-driven flavors. On the other hand, this Hermitage, made from Marsanne, is all about these richer, warmer flavors of apricot, honey, and almond. And the texture is a dead giveaway. Burgundy is often crisp and linear, while this wine is just silky, full-bodied, and buttery. And honestly, this quote just nails it. You get that incredible, rich texture that you might find in a really top-tier white Burgundy, like a great Meursault. But the flavors? Oh, those are pure, unmistakable Northern Rhône. It's kind of like having your cake and eating it too. Okay, so let's say we've convinced you. You've gone out and grabbed a bottle. Now what? What's the best way to experience it? Let's get practical. First off, this is a wine that begs for food. And the main rule of thumb? You want to match its rich texture with rich food. We're talking dishes with butter or cream sauces. Think about lobster drenched in butter, scallops in brown butter, or maybe a beautiful roast chicken with a tarragon cream sauce. Even something like a mild Thai yellow curry would be absolutely knockout with this. It's super versatile as long as you embrace that rich character. All right, just a couple more quick tips for you. First, please don't serve this ice cold. You'll kill all the beautiful aromas. You want it around 12 to 13 degrees Celsius. That's perfect. And hey, don't be shy about letting it breathe for 20 minutes or so after you open it. And while it's absolutely delicious right now, all fruity and charming, this wine is built for the long haul. It will age so gracefully, picking up these amazing honeyed and nutty notes over the next decade. So in the end, Chante Alouette, which means singing lark, is so much more than just another delicious wine. It's a landmark bottle. It's history in a glass. It's a philosophy about farming and letting a place speak for itself. It's a wine that really makes you think, that challenges the conventions of what a great white wine can be and what it should cost. So the only question left is, what will you discover when you try it?